Hello everyone and welcome back to Dice Fable, where we use dice to bring stories to life. I'm Glenn and I'm back with Riding Hood and the Cradle. So in the last episode we were trying to escape from this station in order to complete this vow that we swore to our mother to escape MS 1999 with the package. And what we're going to do is we got to a terminal. We got to a terminal and we found a safe path through like a maintenance shaft vent kind of thing to get to the hangar bay where there may be a ship waiting for us so that we can escape. And that's what we're going to do now. We found a way to enter the mining shaft and now we're in the mining shaft. And I'm going to count that actually as another one. What I'm basically doing is for dangerous vows, you tick two boxes every time you reach a milestone in the quest, and the milestone can be anytime you feel that you're making progress towards the quest. And you can also, if you're unsure, you can also ask the Oracle if it counts as progress if you want as well. But that counts as progress in my head, so I've marked two boxes here, and hopefully we'll get a few more before we have to end the quest. So we sneak around to the side of a wall. We sort of push back on the wall, and that sort of section of the wall is meant to be pushed back as it's kind of a door. We enter the maintenance shaft and we close it just as some Half-Moon troops run by. And we're in the maintenance shaft. And now we have to make our way through the maintenance shaft to find our way to the hangar bay. And that's what Elise Holderman does. Elise Riding Hood Holderman. So let's go to our moves and see which move would be appropriate. I believe it's a face danger, but I'm just going to check. Yes, it is a face danger. So I could also do it as a journey, but I don't think it's not really going to be a journey really. So I'm going to do face danger. Speed, mobility, or agility. Yeah, getting through with maintenance shaft is going to be with edge, I believe. So let's carry on with edge. Face danger. So face danger with... it could also be wits. It could also be wits because it's about knowing where to go in the maintenance shaft rather than actually getting through the maintenance shaft. So I prefer edge because it's 2, but I'm going to make it wits. I think it's using the knowledge that we got from the terminal to find the right way through. So I'm going to roll wits instead. And I got a strong hit. So let's go back to the move. So we'll take +1 momentum. Okay, so yeah. So we make our way through the maintenance shaft. The alarms, when we're reaching rooms where there's fighting, we can hear through the wall, gunfire, some shouts, some screams, and then we carry on, and we eventually reach a hangar bay with a ship in it. So I guess we can look through to see what's in it. That's going to count as progress. That's going to count as another set of progress. So, yes, so we're going to look at the hangar bay. So I guess the question I have now is the hangar bay guarded? Is the hangar bay guarded? And I'm going to put it as... I'm going to say 50-50 because I actually don't know if it is or not. I don't know if Half-Moon Industries have actually reached here yet, so I'm going to put it as 50-50, and we'll see what the... Yes! So the hangar bay is guarded. Guarded by what? Let's roll on the action and theme table just to see what happens. A collapsed crossing, leave technology. Leave technology. Ah, okay, I know what's there. So as we're peering through the sort of vent thing, we can see next to the ship, which I'm gonna ask the Oracle actually, what kind of ship is it? Let's have a look. I'm just gonna roll on. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll on because there's multiple hangar bays here. We don't know what ship we're gonna get, so I'm just gonna roll on the, on the Starship History and Starship's Quirk one, because why not? So Starship History, let's roll. Earned in exchange for a promise or a vow. Okay, and a Starship Quirk. Things tend to go missing for no logical reason. Ah, okay. Well, actually, let's read over the Starship History again, just because. Claimed as spoils of war. Okay, so I think what it is, it's actually it's a sort of mining ship. It's one of our like mining ships, but it has a few dinky holes in it because it has been in battle before from maybe pirates or something, and we sort of after defeating the pirates, maybe it was brought back. Yeah, it's an old pirate ship. I'm gonna make a note of that here actually, if I can make a note of that somewhere here. Maybe I can't. I'll just make a note here about that ship. Well, let's see if we actually get the ship. But it's an old like piratey ship, which is interesting. So let's go back to my moves place. Okay, but in front of the old piratey ship, there is this sort of, spherical robot. It's a robot that has kind of a green eyes. Well, it has a green. It's a sphere. It's a spherical robot, and it rolls around the place. And on the sides, out of the sides, are a few like arms holding some guns. And in the middle of the sphere, that you can see from both ends of the sphere, there's like a green eye. And as it rolls around, the eye kind of looks around. And you can see on the side that it has the arcing moons, which is the symbol of Harpoon Industries, which I should have probably put in Roll20, so I could like actually show you. Maybe I'll do that in post later on. But yeah, Half Moon troops have left this robot, and it's just rolling around the ship, trying to, guarding it from anyone who may be attempting to get there. Which is a kind of a problem for us, because that means it's going to be harder for us to actually get to the ship. Okay. So let me think about what we have here. So we have Demolitionist, where we can have an explosive. Let's see. We're going to try and sneak onto the ship. So we're going to have to try and sneak past this drone, this robot. And we have an asset called Shade that might help us. Now, Shade says, drawing on esoteric energies, you may instantly cloak your form in the shadowy veil of the void. When you are veiled and make a move to ambush, hide, or sneak, you may preset your action die to 5. In darkness, make it 6. On a miss, in addition to any other cost, you are revealed and can't veil yourself again until the current situation is resolved. So, Shade is meant to be like a magical ability where you can use to cloak yourself, but for us it's still a magical ability, but it's our red cloak that does it, because our red cloak was given to us by our father, and it's a relic from our old galaxy, and it allows the user to it allows us to become invisible, basically, be clouded. So we're going to try and see if we can sneak onto the ship using Shadow, and what it says here is, when you are veiled and make a move to ambush, hide, or sneak, you may preset your action die to 5. In darkness, make it 6. Oh, actually, in that case, I'm wondering if we would know that our cloak works better in darkness. Let me ask the Oracle. Is this hangar bay dark? Like, are the lights, because we know the emergency lighting is on, but is this hangar bay like really dark? So let's see. I'm gonna say it's unlikely that it's dark. I think the lights in the hangar bay might still be working. Let's see. No, it's not dark. Do we want to make it dark, because at least she could see if she can like lower the lighting in the hangar bay to try and maybe confuse the robot, maybe make it have to use its night vision a bit better. Does the robot have night vision? It might have night vision. Let's see. Actually, I think it doesn't matter. Our cloak is magical. I think the darkness just makes the cloak work better. So let's just let's see if we can. I think what she's going to do is we're in the maintenance shaft. So I think somewhere around the maintenance kind of shaft, there are some cables and wire. And what she's going to do is she's going to try and see if she can cut the wires so that the emergency lighting in the hangar bay turns off. And the robot has to maybe recycle to night vision mode or something like that. So that's what we're going to do. And the move that we're going to use is secure an advantage. So when you assess a situation, make preparations or attempt to gain leverage, envision your action and roll. If you act with speed, ability, or agility, roll plus edge. So deception, stealth, or trickery. Now this is going to be expertise focus, yeah. Turning off the lights and things like that by adjusting the wires. That's obviously like engineering or electrician stuff. So that's obviously going to be wits, which again we're not very good at, but yeah. We're going to see if we can secure an advantage this way. So let me secure an advantage. Let me roll that with our wits. So let's re-roll that on a wits. No modifier. That's a weak hit. I could burn momentum to make it a strong hit. But what I actually want is I could take +2 momentum to give me 9 or 10, or I could add +1 on my next move. Yeah, I want to add +1 on the next move. So I'll make a note of that, +1 on next move. 1 on next move. So she does that. She fiddles with this fuse box thing, and the emergency lighting in the hangar bays goes off. So now the only lighting is the glowing green eye of the robot that's spinning around, and now the eye kind of adjusts a bit as it tries to go into a bit more night vision-y kind of mode and things like that, I suppose. And now we're going to go for it. We're going to face danger, and we're going to try and sneak onto the ship. So let's do that. Let's face danger. Now remember, we have so here's how it works. She, the lights go off. She removes the ventilation cover from the wall. She touches the cloak. It glows a bit blue, and then it begins to shimmer. And the cloak and her go a bit ghostly and a bit see-through. And that's how we're going to try and sneak onto the ship. Isn't that super cool, eh? Now, let's see. Yeah, face danger. When you attempt something risky, you react to an imminent threat. So we're going to face danger with shadow. And our asset means, because it's dark now, it means that the lowest we can roll is a 6. Well, so our action die will go to, our action die is at minimum a 6. So let's see. You may preset your action die to 5. In darkness, make it 6. Preset, does that mean that I can roll and then take the thing if it's okay, I think that just means that I take 6. And I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but for now I'm just going to say that I'm taking the 6, and I'm taking the 6 and adding my stat, and then I'm just rolling the d10s against it. So let me have a look at my stat. I have a shadow of 2, so I'm rolling 2 d10s, so I have a shadow of 8. So I'm rolling 2 d10s, and I have to beat an 8. So let's see. So 2 d10s. 4 and a 2. An 8 is higher, which means it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, you are successful. Take +1 momentum. Excellent. We are now on 9 momentum. So we jump down from the maintenance shaft and we walk to the ship. And nervously, we keep an eye on the robot. We wait for it to pass us and we walk through it, and the robot just carries on circling around. It just cannot see us. And I think, Elise, she slight smirk on her face as she carries on to the entrance of the ship. Now, this could be an issue. Is the ship unlocked? I'm going to ask the Oracle, is the ship unlocked? And let's see. I'm going to say 50-50. I don't know. Is the ship unlocked? No, the ship is not unlocked. It means we're going to have to unlock the ship. So, the robot, I've already succeeded in the role. The robot can't see us doing anything. So we're just going to, let's see, we're just going to do a move to unlock the ship. So we're at the door and we have to just open the door. The robot will probably notice the door opening, but it just, to the robot, it just looks like the door is opening by itself. Oh, actually, this is our home. We might actually be able to just unlock the ship automatically. We might just have the key to like unlock this ship. Let's see. What I'm going to do to check that is, because I'm not sure if we would, but I know we would, but I'm not sure if we like had it to hand when the attack was going on. So I'm going to make a move called check your gear, and this is what I like about Iron Sworn. You don't have to track an inventory. If you think you have something, you either have it. If you're not sure, there's a move that you can do. So I'm going to check my gear. When you check to see if you have a specific helpful item or resource, roll plus supply. On a strong hit, you have it and are ready to act. Take +1 momentum. On a weak hit, you have it, but must choose one. Your supply is diminished. Sacrifice resources. It's not quite right and causes a complication or delay. Lose momentum. Alright, so let's roll plus supply. Let's see, roll plus, and that roll was actually a 9 because I had a +1 on it as well from the Isocone advantage. So let's roll. Please be a strong hit. Ah, it's a weak hit because I rolled a 10. Okay. On a weak hit, you have it, but must choose one. Your supply is diminished. Sacrifice resources. It's not quite right and causes a complication or delay. Lose momentum. -2. Alright, I'll just take the supply. I think, well, let's see. I think what this is, let's see. What is this? I'm not sure if it actually is supply. I'll just take I don't think it makes narrative sense for it to be a supply thing because it's just a key card, right? Or a code. So I'm just gonna reduce my momentum. It's just taking some time to get through, and the robot is still circling around, just making us kind of nervous. So we lose 2 momentum, but we have the key card. We slot it in. The door, the ramp thing kind of opens. We run. The robot. To the robot's eyes, all it sees is the ramp open and close. So maybe it stops. It looks a bit, inquisitively at the thing. I guess I'll ask that. Does the robot investigate? Does the robot investigate? Or does it think that it's just... I don't know how good half-moon robots actually are. So I'm going to say that it's unlikely the robot investigates. Yes, the robot investigates. Darn it. Okay. Alright, okay. Yes, the robot investigates. So... Okay, well, we got into the ship, so I'll mark progress there. So the robot is now coming. So I think the robot does is it goes to the door of the ship, and it does a scan of the door of the ship. And let's see. Oh, is she gonna do this? Because we're on the other side. What we could do is we could just open the door and crush the robot with the door of the ship. And I think that's what we're gonna do. Would Riding Hood do that? Would she open the door and smack the robot with the door of the ship? Oh man, it would be incredibly funny. No, I think we're just gonna wait. I think she's gonna do it. She sees the robot. He's like, oh, oh, and then she just presses the button on the door of the ship, and the door, let's, and the door comes down, and let's see if it. I don't even know what move that would be. I think it would just be face danger again, but this time it's this time it, you know what? I think the robot just goes. I think the robot's there. The door is very powerful. I think the robot just goes splat. To be honest, I'm not even going to roll that. The robot just goes splat. But is the ship damaged? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll roll face danger, and I'll roll edge to make sure she can time this properly, and we will see what happens. So I'll just roll plus edge. We'll see what happens here. A weak hit. You succeed, but not without cost. Make a suffer move. Okay, I'm gonna go to the ship. So the door of the ship, the ramp of the ship goes down. Spherical robot goes splat and goes, and the ship. It was integrity 5. The ship is now going to go down to integrity 4. The move I'm making there, by the way, is, let me see if I can find the move. The move I'm making there, it's a suffer move. Yeah, withstand damage. When your vehicle faces a damage situation or environment, suffer -1 integrity for minor damage. -2, yeah, it's minor damage. The ship is just damaged. Yeah, I think as the door comes up, Riding Hood can like see through the thing, and she's like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then she, yeah. So now we're in the starship. So now it's time for us to fly it out. So let me ask the Oracle. So we're in the ship. It's an old like pirate ship. So I think, as she sits in the cockpit and she loads up, I think the thing pops up with like a skull for like a second, but then glitches out to what it actually should be, which is just the regular, minor union symbol thing. But yeah, it glitches between the skull and crossbones and the thing. But let's see. But it is a regular mining ship. It's not like a fast combat ship or anything like that. So now it's time for us to see if we can fly it out. So she powers up everything, and the ship comes to life. It lifts off a little bit. And is the hangar bay are the hangar bay doors open? Let's see. Riding Hood, you probably should have checked that before, but yeah. Let's ask, are the hangar bay doors open? Probably not, because otherwise there would have been a thing. So I'm going to say that it's almost certain that the hangar bay small chance the hangar bay doors are open. No, they are not. So the hangar bay doors aren't open. And I think as she does the sort of Bluetoothy thing from the ship to try and open the door, it's the door stays shut because there's not enough power to open the door. So I think what she's gonna do is it's time for yeah, she looks at the hangar bay doors and she goes, oh, actually, yeah, she looks at the hangar bay doors and she thinks for a second and she goes, I know exactly what to do. And she goes somewhere in the ship and she finds some explosives. Yes, it's explosives time. So she gets out of the ship, she makes sure everything's powered up so she can still go. She goes to the hangar bay door. The reason I'm saying there's explosives is because there is a mining ship, so I think it does have some explosives there. So it takes some explosives, she goes to the hangar bay door, and we have an asset that could help here. Because we're a demolitionist, because we are a miner. So when you make a move to attack, destroy, or sabotage by deploying or triggering an explosive device, choose the value of your charge before rolling, normal, high, or overcharged. If either challenge die is equal to or less than the charge, count a weak hit as a strong hit. If not, and your action die is equal to or less than the charge, you are caught up in the destruction or set off an unintended effect. Count a weak hit as a miss. Count a weak hit as a miss. Okay. Alright, let's have a look here. So, what is she going to do? I think she's going to... I don't think we need to overcharge it. I don't really know what is normal, what counts as normal, high, or overcharged. She's going to overcharge it because what she's going to do is she's going to plant the explosive and then she's going to get in the ship, and then as soon as it blows, because all the air is going to rush out of the hangar bay, she's going to fly. So if she sets the explosive to normal and it doesn't destroy the door, we're kind of in an incredibly sticky situation because we're going to be stuck in a ship that's stuck in a massively depressurized area, which is not going to be good. So she's going to overcharge it. So let's see, overcharge of, there's going to be an overcharge of 3. Okay. When you make a move to attack, destroy, or sabotage by deploying or triggering, choose the value of your charge before rolling. Normal is high. If either challenge die is equal to or less than a charge, count a weak hit as a strong hit. If not, and your action die is equal to or less than the charge, you are caught up in the destruction. Okay, so let's go to our moves. I'm not entirely sure what this would be. I think this is a face danger again. And yeah, this is a face danger. Feel free to let me know in the comments if there are better moves that I should be making, but I think it is it's face danger. So, speed, mobility, or agility, roll plus edge, resolve, command, roll plus hard, strength, endurance, regression, roll observation. It's going to be edge because we're going to it's speed, mobility, or agility. It's going to be how good we can fly the ship and how good we can set up the explosive and time them both together. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to roll edge. And we're going to hope that this goes okay. We're going to hope that this goes okay. This could go terribly, but we're going to hope that it goes okay. Come on, Riding Hood. Strong hit. Okay. And let's have a look at our asset. That's pretty good. So let's see, if either challenge die is equal to or less than the charge, count a weak hit as a strong hit. If not, and your action die is equal to or less than the charge, you are caught up in the destruction instead of an unintended effect, count a weak hit as a miss. Well, they were both equal to, or they were both higher. Let's see. Well, my action die is more than the charge, and the challenge die is more than the charge. So we did well there. We actually, we did well there. So that's good. So what happens is we plant the explosive, we get on the ship, we put the seatbelts on, the piratey symbol comes on again for a second, we flick it away because we don't care about that, and the hangar bay door explodes, boom, and the air rushes out the hangar bay, and we fly off into space. So that's good. So we're out of the space. Does this count as progress on the vow? It could count as progress on the vow, but I don't think this counts as progress. But not. It could. It could count as progress on the vow. So let's see. Let us see. No, I don't think this counts as progress. We need to, it doesn't count as progress quite yet. We have to see if we actually can get to a place where we can actually see if anyone comes after us. So we leave, and we're gonna see if we can fly out somewhere safe, or we can, make the leap into Edel in space and see if we can escape. So that's gonna be another move. We're gonna face danger. And we're going to see, we're going to face danger with edge, our piloting. Strong hit. Okay, so we shoot out incredibly quickly. So we shoot out incredibly quickly, and we're able to get away from the station. We avoid some asteroids, and yeah, so that counts as progress. Let's see. It's not usually this easy, by the way. The game was being quite nice to ride our little Red Riding Hood here. So yep, and so this is now full. Escape MS-99 with the package is now full. So what we're gonna do is, go back to moves. We're gonna go to let's see here. We're gonna go to finish a vow. Face danger, secure an advantage, gather information, compel, aid your ally, check your gear. There we are. Reach a milestone is what I was doing, by the way. When you make headway in a quest, overcoming critical obstacle, gaining meaningful insight, perilous expedition, that's what I was doing. But we want to fulfill the vow. So when you reach the end of your quest, roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. So our action dice in this case is going to be just 10. And we'll be rolling the d10s against 10. So you can complete the progress before filling out all the boxes. Obviously, there's less chance of things going wrong if more are filled, but you can do it don't think you have to fill them all. If you just want to finish something up quicker, it's completely fine not to fill them up. So roll the challenge dice and compare to your progress. Let's roll. Filled progress is 10. So that's a strong hit, which is nice. On a strong hit, your vow is fulfilled. Mark a reward on your quest's legacy track per the vow's rank. Troublesome 1 tick, dangerous 2 ticks, formidable 1 box, extreme 2 boxes, epic 3 boxes. Any allies who shared this vow also mark the reward. Okay, so let's go to legacies. Quest legacy track. So this was dangerous vow. So that is 2 ticks. So let's see. We'll get 2 ticks, 1 tick and 2 ticks, and when these fill up we get experience points, which we'll see when it becomes relevant. But we've got 2 ticks there because we did our vow to our mother. And so yeah, what happens is we blast through the blast bay, we fly off, and we fly somewhere. We start navigating our way out of the asteroids around our planetoid, and we get to a spot where we load up the Elon drive, and we enter Elon space, which is how we'll travel, and we'll be dealing with that next time. So let's see what we do at the end of a session, or chapter in this case. So when you end a significant session or chapter per play, reflect on the events of the game and identify any missed opportunities to mark progress. If you strengthen your ties to a connection, develop your relationship, we did not. If you moved forward on a quest, reach a milestone. If there is a quest, connection, or other situation you would like to give focus in your next session, make note of it and take +1 momentum. We did not have to use any momentum this time because I got super lucky with the rolls. They're not. I've had other games where it's a troublesome vow and it's just miss with a match, miss, but we got really lucky. I think the dice wanted Riding Hood to have a good day today, and I was able to actually show off all of our assets as well, which is pretty cool. So what's going to happen next time is we are going to try and make our way to Jane's Farm, which is the other settlement in our sector, to hopefully meet up with Cassidy, our friend there, and kind of see what on earth is going on with Half Moon Industries and things like that. So let me see, there's another thing we have to do at the end of the session. End the session. So, and things like that. So, okay, alright. We might be able to do this. We might be able to do this at the beginning of the next session. So yeah, that was Starforged. I hope you enjoyed yeah, I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. I hope it gives you some ideas of how you can play through your own games as well. If you have any comments for me, feel free to leave them down below. And yep, I hope you enjoy your own Starforged adventures, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.